Hello, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nikki Novo and I'm the author behind theartofyouandme.com. So today's topic is creating. I love creating, but at the same time, I feel really guilty about doing it. Why? Because creating obviously takes time away from the things that I need to do on a daily basis, my responsibilities, my to-do list. The only way to actually create is to put everything aside, turn off the phones, turn off the emails, and just dedicate time to creating. So of course there's so much guilt around creating, and I'm sure you feel the same way. But actually, after thinking about it and kind of punishing myself about creating, I came to realize that when you actually take the time to do it, you are making more time for yourself. You're actually being more productive. And here are my 3 reasons why taking time off to create makes you more productive. So the first reason is creating makes you happy, right? That bake that you've been thinking about, that cake you've been thinking about baking, or that painting that's been in your mind for the last 3 months, when you actually take the time to create it, it makes you happy. The time goes by so fast. 3 hours will pass and you had no idea that you just spent 3 hours creating frosting for a cake. But once that's done, you're happy and you have more energy. You have more energy to get through the things that actually need to get done. Think about those days when it's just all about the to-do list, it's all about the responsibilities, and it actually brings you down. You're so tired, you can't get through the day. By the end of the day, you're exhausted. You have no time for anything else because it's just taking you that long to get through the to-do list. But if you start off your day with a few hours to yourself creating something, it gives you more energy, which will make things go by faster for you. You'll be able to get through your tasks faster, easier, and with less stress and less pain. Reason number 2 is when we're not creating, we're probably resenting the things that keep us from creating, right? So I tend to resent my to-do list. I tend to get mad at the people that are on my to-do list, and it's not their fault. They did not add themselves to my to-do list. They are not making me do anything. I am the one that's choosing to spend my time doing things for them, and I am in control of my time, right? But I can't help but get upset about my to-do list and the responsibilities that I have because I know that I didn't take 2 hours to write that chapter for my book. And all that resentment and that negative talk in my mind actually slows me down. Even if I didn't take 3 hours to create, the resentment in your mind actually creates procrastination, and you end up doing things that you're not even supposed to be doing. You pay attention to the hate, it slows you down, and you are wasting more time than if you would have just taken the 3 hours to create and gone through with your to-do list. Reason number 3 is creating is actually a clue to what you should be doing in this lifetime, right? Creating makes you happy. Happiness, if you follow that feeling of happiness, you will find your purpose in life. And maybe it won't be as clear right away, but if we don't take the time to create and pay attention to the things that make us happy and pay attention to the things that make us lose time, we'll never find our purpose. I'll give you an example. When I used to live in Los Angeles, I wasn't a writer at the time, and I would spend about 3 hours, well, I'm exaggerating, maybe about a whole hour writing these emails to my friends, telling them about my life in LA. My friends here in Miami, I would just tell them about what I was experiencing, who I was meeting, and I would just totally lose time writing these emails. Little did I know that I wanted to be a writer. I had no idea at the time that I wanted to be a writer. But it took me about 3 years later to actually figure out that that's what I wanted to do. As opposed to if I would have been mindful about what I was doing, I would have taken more time to write more emails or write more things. Maybe I would have realized, wow, this is something I actually really enjoy, and maybe I can make a living doing it. So the same thing goes for you. That painting that you never take the time to actually do, if you would take the time and see and be mindful about the feeling that it gives you, you might realize, wow, I can do something with this. And maybe it's not so obvious as I'm going to paint and I'm going to sell my paintings. Maybe it's like, oh, I really like art. Maybe I want to be an art instructor. Maybe I want to work in the art industry. It could be something a little bit around painting, but not actually painting. But those are always clues. If we don't pay attention to the clues, then we can waste a lot of time. 5-10 years can go by of unhappiness and being in jobs that we don't want to be in. If we would, rather than just taking the time to create more and pay attention to the things that make us happy. So those are my 3 reasons for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video or if you like the blog post, please leave a message below. Or if you just want to say hi, that's cool too. Until next time.